Hello, welcome to the boat shop. Today would be the 22nd of January of 2025, and that polar vortex that we had sweeping down across the country is over. It's 30 degrees today, so it's like a incredible heat wave. A little breezy yet, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Work this week has been slow. I took one day off when it was 10 below for a high. I just decided there wasn't much sense in putting a lot of heat in the shop then. But otherwise, for this past week, all I have been doing is filling holes with fresh screws. And I just finished a little bit ago. Just finished up the last 3 or 4 feet back there. So, took a lot longer than I expected. There's a lot of screws in here. So wherever I had a deck beam, or of course the outside edge of the boat here, I ran the 3-inch screws in, and I had to locate these deck beams. I tried to mark these on the outside of the boat. You can see I transferred it up here where the deck beam was, but I didn't get that done just everywhere, unfortunately. So we used a metal rod and a stud finder with a metal finding function for some of the for some of these anyway. Some of them, like around the openings there and whatnot, I could kind of figure out where they were there anyway, so I didn't need it necessarily there. But anyway, Big John actually came out one day last week and helped me locate the deck beams back there. Little John is supposed to be back out tomorrow again, so haven't seen him for about a month. He's been busy guy in the wintertime. So yeah, so Big John came out and helped me do that. But I just now got all these screws driven, and I been working a couple hours a day on it maybe. Like I said, it's a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be. What's happened was all the screws that were just in the field, I went ahead and put new screws in there. I mean, there was holes in there when I pulled the plywood together. But the problem is that these are number 8 screws, and that's the size screws that I was using to pull the sheets of plywood down onto the deck as I was putting these layers on. And sometimes you'd overdrive them just a little bit, and you'd wind up stripping out the wood just a little bit. So if I'd go to put a number 8 screw back in again, it wouldn't bear down, it wouldn't pull down tight. So what I did then was I bought some number 10 screws, and they don't sell number 10 screws short in like a construction type of screw. So I was buying just regular, stainless steel wood screws. And what I'd do then is I'd have to countersink the hole there to get it opened up a little bit, because those wood screws, number 10 wood screws, were a little wider diameter, and we needed to get them down in below the surface of the deck a little bit, so we can fill these and then sand everything and put fiberglass on it. So I was having a lot of cases where I'd drive a screw in, it wouldn't bite, take the screw back out, use a countersink tool to countersink the hole, and then run one of those number 10 screws in, which are a Phillips driver. So I was having to drag along 3 different tools, 3 different boxes of screws, the 3-inch screws, the 1¼ inch construction screws, and then the number 10 screws. So it was a lot of piddling around, is I guess the point I'm trying to make. But it's done now, so yeah, that's good. Don't have a whole lot else to report on the boat, but my my new router bits are on the way. They're out for delivery, so they should be here within the next couple hours. And so I can continue on with this, and then, like I said, Little John is planning on being out here tomorrow, and I think maybe what we'll do is start cutting the holes in the side of the hull for the portholes. Yeah, it'd be something a little different. And yeah, I'm still crawling around on the deck and knee pads, and it still sucks. It sucks just as much now as it did putting the plywood up there. Oh, I'll be so happy when we get this boat out of this building so I can actually walk on the deck as opposed to crawl and squirm on the deck. But anyway, like I said, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of other information or work going on. Yeah, did a little more cleaning up, and the new batteries are doing fine. So, yeah, we're in pretty good shape. Oh, and I got a propane truck coming out this afternoon or tomorrow morning, and he's going to get me filled up again. And that'll get me through the rest of the winter. This one here is the only one that really needs it. I've got 3 tanks out here, one for the house, one for the garage, and then this one. So I'll have him fill all 3, but that's the only one. We use by far the most amount of propane out here in this building, which isn't surprising. It's the biggest building, and yeah. So anyway, I will leave it at that for this week, and I will talk to you again next week.